the spirit of my sister. I looked at her lovingly as the flames of holiness shone deeply in her eyes. She was soon to be in transition, but gave me an elbow of discernment, and what I received for speaking my mystic truth of the inner journey, of the immortality of the soul, was increased 1,000-fold. I remembered her smile, her jokes, her sweetest affection as we held hands, her tenderness of love. The divine spoke to my soul, whispered of the joy we felt in each other's company. Her life was a prayer of service, of soulful self-giving, a drum major of sacrifice bedecked in the benevolent merits of paradise. I remembered her culinary treats of crab and callaloo, oil-down breadfruit, roti and goat, how she liked company and loved to laugh. Heaven had drenched her with its charisma, adorned her in honey of the most precious kind, gave her a life of dauntless fortitude. I remembered our walk through the corridors of the state-of-the-art MD Anderson, the phone call from the consultant telling me she was almost at the end of her earthly sojourn. We spoke, discussed life, in which she said she was ready to return to the glories of heaven. Now I gaze around at the bed where she lays. She's lost much weight, but her face is ethereal in heaven. Her feet are like charcoal, and she's kept going by the long oxygen tubing attached to her nasal orifices. She's surrounded by her children and family, and the mood is somber, silent, cheerful. The morphine has kicked in, but she's mercifully awake. I remember our times in Austin, lost in the diversity of color and beauty of when we stroll along the river, with success and failure tossed into the turbulence of her tides, like tornadoes do to the whistling willow, the two interwoven imposter friends called victory and defeat, still dancing on her forehead. Now I'm glad that she's been finally taken away from the venom of toxic therapies, even though thankful that they had mercifully extended her time, lessened her afflictions for another 8 years. Yet she was young, made most sacred but poignant, reverent as she passed God's grace on her 56th birthday. Ultimately, we swing on a board fashioned by love's pendulum, always in motion, like a prudent river, flooding its banks as necessary, taking the sediments of our lives with it, pruning the mental weeds before arriving into the ocean of the great unknown. Heavy rain falls and the ground becomes damp, yet green grass will emerge. Shooting stars dance with constellations, silently weaving the celestial splendor. They laugh with moonlight and whisper sweet tales of reverence to Orion. Today, heaven called, and even as she walked hand in hand with eternity, minstrels rejoiced, while the trumpets blew symphonies in ancestral Jerusalem. My younger sister gave me an elbow, saying it was okay, that she understood that the pearly gates were ready for her arrival, and she was coming home. Anton Carrier, thank you.